dignitaries in the dais, LOBA members, teachers, non-teaching staff, and my dear students. It's indeed a humbling experience to be honored here in front of the students of this great institution, an institution to which not just me, but my family members owe a lot for having made me what I am today. When I was requested to come and speak to the students, there are several topics that crossed my mind. Should I talk to you about your future careers? Should I talk to you about the world order today? Should I talk to you about the military? Or should I talk to you what Shabrinathan spoke about, being a loyalite? But then I thought, you all, at a very impressionable age, needs to be told some very basic things, which most of you may know, but which is always good to be reiterated. So permit me to take a little time of yours and talk to you about being a good human being, a good citizen, a good Indian citizen, and a future leader. As I go along, I will mention a few viewpoints of mine and try and also add a few anecdotes or some quotes so that these things remain in your mind for the years to come. First question which I want to ask you is, what do you mean by a good human being? Well, the answer is crystal clear if you ask your conscience what a good human being is. When you're sitting peacefully, please ask yourself, what is a good human being? You will get the answer. Being a good Indian citizen, if you're not clear, ask your teachers or ask your parents. They will tell you what is the meaning of being a good Indian citizen. If these two things are clear to you, then the rest of the path becomes much, much easier. A very important aspect is positivity. Looking at things positively. Not how can it be done, looking at how can it be done. There is no better example than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the former President of India, who had a very humble start. When I was in school, we used to see him in the streets of Trivandrum, walking around, stargazing at night. To us, then, he looked like an absent-minded professor. But what he proved himself to be, all of us know. He was asked once upon a time, how is it, Dr. Kalam, that you are so happy, so enthusiastic, and so energetic at all times? His reply was simple, and I quote, I always keep thinking, what can I give to people to make them happy? That compassion gives me energy and happiness. He is an excellent human being to emulate. Please read his biography, The Wings of Fire. It's in very simple and clear English. He's written another book about himself. I have not had the chance to read, but I am told that too is enthralling. So this is what Dr. Abdul Kalam had to say. Now I'll quote to you an incident which happened with a great leader, a commander-in-chief of the United States at the time of the War of Independence, George Washington. He was a great leader. What made him a great leader? He had gone on a visit to the field when there was a very major activity going on, and he was on a horseback other than uniform. So the lower rung of people, nobody recognized him. He came to a construction site where he saw a few soldiers laboring to lift an iron beam, but in vain. They kept trying, and there was a boss, a captain standing there, who was driving them hard. So George Washington asked the captain, can't you see these boys struggling? Why don't you give them a helping hand? This captain said, you don't seem to know who I am. I control this team. It is their job to do it. George Washington dismounted from his horse, went up to the soldiers, helped them lift the beam, and the job was done. Got back onto his horseback and told the captain, "Young captain, if you ever need help, call for me. I am your commander-in-chief. My job is to help you all." And he galloped away. The captain was aghast with this incident, saying that here is a commander-in-chief who says, "Call for me when you need help." And my men needed help, and I was watching them, and I was driving them hard. Compassion, caring for those people under you. These are all qualities you need to pick up as you progress in life. Now, coming to a few sensitive issues, our country has a huge potential. You have very high IQ. There are many boys from the school who have done exceedingly well in the world. You ask your LOBA members, they will tell you. There are a lot of natural resources. It's a beautiful country. There's diversity. And we've been preaching from the time we got independence, unity in diversity. But what actually happens is, we have regions, we have religions, we have states, we have castes, we have creed, we have the touchables, and we have the untouchables. Why are we going this way? I want to remind you of a speech by Swami Vivekananda in 1893 in Chicago. 6 fiery speeches in the Parliament of Religion, which won a record standing ovation for him having preached exactly what the member of Legislative Assembly told you, that keep caste, creed, everything away. Every religion talks about the same thing, but somehow we find religion as a cause to take us apart. Once again, coming to this school gives you a platform where they tell you very, very clearly, we are all equal. Now I want to tell you something, my personal experience with General S.F. Rodericks. General Rodericks was the governor of Punjab and the administrator of the Union Territory of Chandigarh. I used to interact with him when I was posted in Chandigarh as a commander there. So there was a big event. The Chandigarh airport was being made an international airport. Those who know the layout of Chandigarh, you have the airport in Chandigarh, you have Haryana next door, touching the other side is Punjab, and you also have Himachal. All have a claim for this airport. So when the foundation stone ceremony was going on, we had 3 governors, we had 4 chief ministers, and General Rodericks was on the dais. And these people are bickering amongst themselves what to name the airfield. Should the entrance be from Punjab, or should the entrance be from Haryana? General Rodericks, standing on the dais, told them one thing: if you have a difference of opinion, if you are not agreeing with somebody's views, there's a very simple solution. Place your country first. You place your country first, the answer becomes very, very clear to you. That is what I want your young minds to start exercising now. We also spoke some time back about division within our society. We got independence in 1947. There were hundreds and thousands of freedom fighters. They were from various regions, various religions, various castes, creed, and so on. So they had a vision. They never said, I am a Bengali, I am a Maharashtrian, I am a Malayali. They said, I am an Indian. I will just conclude by telling you a few things which you must keep in your mind as you grow and as you flourish in this country. One is, be a good human being, be a good Indian citizen, keep your nation above everything else, your motherland. Be positive. If you have these things clear in your mind, you will emerge as a leader. It's a natural process that happens. Be happy, stay happy, bring in happiness around you. and you will find many things fall in line for you. Do not be a critical and a cynical Indian, be an augmentative Indian. Add to what the country is. Thank you very much. I am told students would like to interact. I'll be happy to take on any questions from the students or the teachers.
Very good morning to you, sir. It's actually a privilege to ask you a question. There are many ways of serving the society, like becoming an IAS officer or working in the darkness, voicing the people's opinions through newspapers. But why did you choose to join the army instead?
When I was in the school, the opportunities that were available were very few. One either became an engineer, a doctor, a civil servant, or did some business. I'm talking of 1974. The options were not very many. But I had the good fortune to be in the NCC Air Wing in this very school, right from my 6th standard, which gave me a very, very good exposure of what the armed forces is. And that was a guiding light, which took me to a career which was a little different from what others chose.
Good morning, sir. I'm really honored to ask you a question. I'm Vaishan of 7th standard. I just wanted to ask you how tensed you felt while you were part of your first operation.
In the armed forces, any operation you undertake is with a great deal of meticulous planning. The foundation of the success of an operation is your planning. There are times you're drawn into an operation without time to plan. That is when your ingenuity as a leader comes out. In most of the operations I have taken part, we've had ample time to plan, to prepare, and then take part, except Operation Cactus to the Maldives and Safed Sagar to Kargil. You plan the operation, you know the plan like the back of your hand, and you have no problems. But if you're drawn into an operation without planning, then it is what you have in you, your character, your military bent of mind, and your leadership that comes into play. So there are times we have been tense when going into Leh and Thois, when Kargil operation was launched by Pakistan. Thank you all very much. Jai Hind.